Welcome everybody to Lancaster on another beautifully sunny day where when this facility is connected we'd be generating electricity, putting it into the grid and using it here at this amazing ball stadium. Today we're here to commemorate the first of many projects at Lancaster Municipal Utility that is envisioned by our Mayor, R.Rex Parris, and the City Council with three simple purposes. One, a simple purpose, change the world. Two, be part of and facilitate the generation of more energy than this community uses. And three, save the planet. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce the folks we have up here. Larry with Jethawks. Larry. Lyndon Rive with Solar City. Matt Blaney, Director of Operations for California League. Our Mayor, R.Rex Parris. Vice Mayor Ron Smith. Robert Neal, our Director of Public Works. And Chris Ludlam, the Management Analyst in the Public Works Department, who's been spearheading this project. With that, I'll turn it over to our Mayor, R.Rex Parris.
You know, it's so nice to hear somebody else saying how we're changing the world. You know, I mean, that's the first time I've heard somebody else say it, because it's now become a reality. Instead of it being just a vision or a hope or a dream, it's a reality. Because look at this. These things burn electricity like nobody's business. I don't know of a business that burns more electricity than these stadiums. And 98% of it is now alternative energy from the sun. You know, to me, that's just unbelievably impossible. You know, impossible. And it's not too, and it doesn't, you know, I figured the whole parking lot would have to be covered, but that's really not the case. Look at this, just a small section is covered. Although all of us who live in Lancaster during the summer recognize we wish the whole parking lot would be covered. Yeah, I was telling somebody yesterday, you know, you have to live here to understand the feeling of grabbing a 120-degree steering wheel, which now they'll be fighting for this parking space. But what this really tells us, and should be telling the whole state, is that there's not a business here that couldn't have all of their electrical needs met by solar power. Now, I was also telling the press yesterday that, you know, we're in a critical phase of this development. There's this window where the federal government is giving us tax incentives to make this happen. That window is slowly closing, you know, because it's timed. There's timed steps to it. The cities that capture this, the cities that are able to have all of their energy needs met by the sun, are going to be in such an incredible competitive advantage 10 years from now. And it really is just looking 10 years into the future, because we all know that we're run out of oil. We know that, you know, we've reached peak oil. What that means is that we're going to produce less than we consume from here on out. The significance of that is the cost of oil is going to go up, 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 and up. And in a very short period of time, the people that have these projects up and running are the ones that are going to enjoy profits that nobody else can match. The competitive advantage of that is truly going to be phenomenal. And you're just seeing the beginning of it. On the west side, you're going to see solar fields sprouting up all over the place. We are going to produce more energy in this city by far, by a factor of 2 or 3, than the city consumes. That's truly an incredible development, and it's all renewable. It's all carbon-free. We truly are changing the world in Lancaster in regards to alternative energy, and we really are becoming the alternative energy capital of the world. And I have the staff to thank for that. They have jumped onto this. Robert Neal has looked for reasons to say yes instead of reasons to say no, and that makes all the difference in the world. And we will always be indebted to you. Thank you.
Next, we'd like to ask Vice Mayor Ron Smith to come up and say a few words. No? All right.
I don't know if it wasn't in the script. What is more American than watching a baseball game on Sunday afternoon with a hot dog in one hand and a cold drink in the other. Now the sun's got to provide that. You know, Fran wrote in her newspaper the other day that John Muir called this valley a lake of pure sunshine. Well, we're going to use it now. And as the mayor said, you know, he came up with this idea that we are going to be the alternative energy capital of the world, and this is one of the major steps on that way. So, you know, we can thank the mayor for his leadership and making this happen. So, thank you.
You know, Mark asked me to fill in for him. I don't think he's going to ask me to do that again, so I apologize. The next to speak is Lyndon Rife, who's the CEO of Solar City, and before he gets up and talks, I want to express the appreciation that we have for Solar City and this partnership. They have, from the start, done what they've said they're going to do, and done it well. As we close, we'll talk about some of the other projects we have going on with Solar City and others, but with that, we'll ask Lyndon to come up and say a few words about this project.
So first I want to say thank you very much to the City of Lancaster for this opportunity. It's rare that you see a very successful private-public partnership, and the results that we've shown show the success. This is one of 6 facilities that we're extremely excited about. It's a beautiful installation with a carport. Not that I'm tooting our own horn. The total program for the city is about 2.5 megawatts. This is one of 6 sites. In aggregate, we expect that the solar power will save the city about $7 million over the 15 years. So we're very excited to be part of that. We also launched a broader community program with the city. And what the community program, the intent was to get many homeowners to go solar at once. And by being able to get many homeowners to go solar at once, you can get economies of scale, bring down the cost, and offer a better value proposition to the homeowner and to the business. We put a lofty goal out there. We said, okay, why don't we shoot for 50 homes? Now, some of you may think 50 homes, is that many? To put it in perspective, the entire US over the last 30 years has installed less than 80,000 homes. So 50 is actually a big number for a community like Lancaster. We came in around 110, so we doubled our goals, so we're very excited about that. And the weird thing about this place, it's the best place in the country for solar. It's got the best of both worlds. So the first thing to determine whether solar works is how much sun do you get? A show of hands. I mean, you get a fair amount of sun over here. The next thing is, what's the cost of power? So you get the most sun, and you pay a lot for your power. So solar has the best economics in this Lancaster area than any other place in the country. So we're very excited to see this city start taking off. So thank you again for the privilege of being part of this, and we hope we're going to do a good job for you. Thank you.
One unique aspect of this project is it'll be the first California League baseball stadium that is solar. With comments to that, we asked Matt Blaney to come up, Director of Operations for the California League.
Thank you. The California League is extremely excited about the addition to solar energy here at the stadium in Lancaster. The Cal League teams, we have many green programs, from recycling programs to efficient lighting in our stadium lights to waterless tanks and bathroom facilities. But now, with the addition of solar energy and with Lancaster leading the way, we're really looking forward to developing new and bigger and better green initiatives. I'd like to thank the mayor and City of Lancaster for bringing this solar energy to the stadium here. I'd also like to thank Solar City for developing this technology, and I know that the California League looks forward to many discussions on how we can get this technology to our other stadiums in the league. Thank you.
In closing, I think there's a number of us that come to work every day at the City of Lancaster, and I think in the community, that believe, as a result of the mayor's leadership, that we are changing the world. And I believe that with all of my heart. I know Robert does when he does his business. I know Mark does when he manages his staff. This is an opportunity not only for the community, but for city staff, for this league and this program to do something very special and have its small impact in changing the world. With that, I'll ask for any questions or closing comments from the mayor, and thank you for your time.
I do have one closing comment. You know, they're putting these panels on my house, and the reason they're putting the panels on my house is it's going to save me $500 a month. I mean, that's how much I'm going to save. I get to put that in my pocket. And it doesn't cost, I mean, there's a financing agreement and there's all of that, but there's no out-of-pocket expense to me for it. Everybody in this city can do that. Everybody who owns a home can immediately start receiving, depending on their electric bill, $100, $200, $300 a month that goes into their pocket. I mean, it's such an incredible deal that I guess we should be thankful. We got 110 people to do it, but I'm disappointed for the people who didn't do it. You know, I mean, that's a lot of discretionary income that they could be using. And believe me, the last people in the world you want to give that money to is a power company, you know. And so with that, I would encourage everybody to call Solar City and just check it out. I mean, it's such an incredible deal. It's such a good deal, my wife thought it couldn't be true. She's still not sure. I mean, really, it was that good of a deal. She thought it was one of those things that I should be running from because it was so good. But Jason said, no, it was real. So, so we did it. Thank you for coming.
We'll be following up with photo opportunities and questions, as well as hot dogs in the stadium. So with that, I think we'll have a ceremonial placing of the panel, and any questions, we'd be happy to answer them.